I'm Jody Watkins, and I am the community leader for the Jody Watkins Life and Health Community. Um, I have been using this platform for a whole bunch of stuff, but mostly it's to engage and collaborate because that's what I love to do the most. So I'm going to share my screen and just show what I have so far. So if you come into the information, this just tells a little bit about the community. One of the biggest things that I'm kind of about is helping people break barriers to get through life a little bit better, not easier. It's never going to be easier, but if we can have some tools to help us out, then we can at least get through it a little bit better. So that's one of the biggest things for me. And that's what the community is really about, just supporting, encouraging, empowering other people. You go into the groups, you'll see some of what Matt was talking about. I have Thursday night calls in here. This is the accountability group that I do, kind of wellness calls. I do different subjects each week. So this week is actually going to be talking about how to regulate blood pressure. But I have topics, like I said, for every week, and then based on people, people ask me questions, and so I'll engage with that. So that's one of the biggest things that I love about Convene is the discussion boards, because people can go in and ask questions in the discussion board. So even if it's not something that I might have hit on that specific call, they can ask me a question in the discussion board, and then I can do another video or write about it. So that's been really helpful too. I also have a book called Reframe Your Life. So I have a course based on that where I help people with mindset, time management, self care, nutrition, exercise, and then staying consistent. So that's the course. One of the biggest things that happened at the end of 2021 was I was able to onboard 8 other coaches. And inside of here, so this is a private group, so only the coaches have access to it. I have subgroups and I have experiences here. I have different things in here. So I teach them some business development things. This is the Trainerized platform. So basically, I taught them how to get started on that. Management. So now it's basically the back office as well. So now I have, the management team. We can communicate in here. And then I also created an advisory board. So I have 4 people on the advisory board right now, and now it's not just my head trying to figure everything out. I have some other people that I can collaborate with, and they're kind of helping me create this amazing thing. So just using that, basically you'll see that I can not only coach clients, but I can also coach other coaches. And that's been really a blessing to my life, because I was trying to do all this on in different ways before, and it never really worked out very well. So now I brought these 8 coaches in, and the coolest part is they had no idea what Convene was at that time either. So they thought they were just coming in to learn the Trainerized platform. What they didn't know is they were going to get something a whole lot bigger, and they were going to get a whole support network of other people who are also going to be supporting them besides just me. And so some of the coaches and I are building out the health and fitness community now. So we're collaborating to do that, so we can bring in other coaches who have other, insight, different areas of expertise, and we can all kind of come together so we can help more people. And then I have a couple coaches like Emma, who's creating her own community. And then I think Lindsay's going to the wellness community. So there's just, everybody's kind of finding their place, and they're realizing that they can do a whole lot more. They're not limited at this point. So it's just been a huge blessing. It's amazing to watch them grow.
When you talk the abundance mindset versus a scarcity mindset is, some people might think, well, why would I bring other health and fitness or wellness coaches into the same space? And why would we be competition? And I remember talking to you, and I want you to kind of talk about this, is that you brought 8 coaches into your group to work with. Mm-hmm. And what you found out is that all 8 of those coaches kind of had a different slant and a different thing that they were doing.
I feel like I can help people in a whole bunch of different areas of their life, but I'm only one person. And how awesome is it now to have, 8 of me that I can be like, oh, you need somebody to help you with, pregnancy or postnatal, prenatal, whatever. Emma does that. Cool. Now I can send everybody to Emma. Because yes, I can help people and I am passionate about that specific instance too, but that's not my thing right now. I'd rather build these other coaches up. So if I can send people to Emma, I'm happy with that. Spencer, he's more into like powerlifting, which I've done that before, but that's just not that's not my lane anymore. That's not where I thrive. So if I have somebody that's coming to me and asking me about that, well, I'd rather mentor Spencer and help Spencer help them. And it's not competition, because if we can come together and actually use our different areas of expertise, then we're actually able to help a whole lot more people.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's the most important thing.
What's kind of the plan for you as far as marketing and growing your community?
Well, I'm best with organic, so that's why I love the referral program because I always tell people I'd rather them talk about me rather than me talk about me. So if other people are sending people to the community and the group, then that's awesome. As of right now, I've been creating, like social media stuff, graphics for social media and planning that out. So I do have social media graphics going out every week with the subject, the topic of the week. I'll have some email campaigns coming out pretty soon once all that gets squared away. But yeah, so that's really the marketing part, is just I love word of mouth. That's always kind of helped me tremendously. Because if somebody sends somebody else to me, then that means a lot. So again, that's why I like the referral program, or the affiliate program, because now those people can get rewarded with, just by sending somebody to the group.
Yeah.
But yeah, so each week I'll just be putting out the information and what the subject is and trying to bring people to the group. Before Convene, when a client would bring another client to work with me, I would send a gift card. And that's just been something that I always thought was important, because you want to show appreciation, especially if it's someone, their friend or family member, that means they trust you. Right. So when Convene said they had this affiliate program and I started learning about it, I was like, well, that just made my life a whole lot easier, because now I don't have to buy a gift card. It's going to automatically go to these people. So that's awesome. So now I want them to become a qualified affiliate so they can get a portion of the group fee to them, and they can literally be making money in their sleep just by referring people and helping me grow out the group.
Yeah. Speaking of making money in your sleep, did you make money in your sleep last night?
I did. I got an email. It was 1:32. 1:32. I saw it this morning. I was like, "Oh, cool."
Exactly. Exactly. So that's awesome. That's always great when you get that email that says that you've been paid and somebody's bought your course or your premier group or renewed the premier group. I think it was in this case somebody who's already a member and they renew that monthly group. So that's good. Yeah, Emma, how has it been working within that group environment?
To be honest, it's been a godsend to me, because we're able to collect all of our information instead of just one-on-one training with a client. I don't know diddly squat with bodybuilding, really. Like, I know how to build a program and get them on stage and look good, but beyond that, I'm like, that doesn't my interest. So I don't know, it's just huge for me to be able to be a part of the team versus just me and my clients.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So that's that collaboration piece that you're talking about, right, Jody? It's the collaboration of, everybody brings something to the table. So it's that being able to talk, communicate, collaborate, and educate all in one space. And so, yes, you're an expert, but there's other experts as part of your group. And that's where it gets really cool, with the discussion boards, with talking, with asking the questions, with the collaboration.
Yeah, and I think a lot, I mean, like you said, it's that abundance versus scarcity mindset. I've had the scarcity mindset before, and so I've been there. And so I can easily see it when other people have it now because I'll talk to people and I can see that they have that mindset. And so, but I know, because it's happened with me, that over time you can create the abundance mindset if you're open to it.
What you're doing is one of the main ways. So you talk about word of mouth marketing and helping the platform grow. But what you're doing is one of the main ways that we see ourselves growing, is teaching others to use the system, and then referring each other
Mhm.
to each other. And that's what it is. It's a community. It's a community-based platform. I don't teach, people how to trade stocks. That's what Eugene Brown does.
Mhm.
And so, Eugene, you want to add a little bit to that? Because that's just one of the biggest concepts that we have.
Yeah, certainly echoing what Matt said, working on a financial or money community now. I have my own community called Stone Eye, where it's more of me doing the work, but in the money community, the goal is to bring in, and I was making a list, insurance reps, folks who deal with credit restoration, budgeting, debt, personal finance, accounting, CPAs, wealth management, investing, banking, real estate, mortgage brokers, lawyers, retirement planners, and financial planners. And because, you certainly can't be a jack of all trades. And there are a lot of people that have a lot of expertise, like Rasheen focuses on insurance and mutual funds and in that particular space, in a collaborative community, he can get exposure, I can get exposure, we can help each other grow the space where people can benefit, and we can create that value that people are looking for in a specific community. So yeah, to Jody's point, you bring in lots of good people, you collaborate ideally, and for those who really want to try to grow up maybe in a private group, and you spend time trying to grow out a community that can bring value to people and certainly get compensated for that value that you bring. So,
yeah. And I think that, again, one of the biggest pluses of the platform, right? If I'm looking for something in money and finance, I go to a money and finance community. I mean, how much sense does that make? I can go to Google and I can search money and finance, and I'm going to get 80,000 pages of money and finance. I can go to Convene and I can search money and finance, and I'm going to be right in that community of people who are collaborating, who are, putting good content out there. And the reality of it is the cream will rise to the top, right? And you're going to know who you can know, like, and trust. But they also want to be a part of it. They want to be seen, heard, and validated, right? So they want to come in and know that they're being heard and they're a part of the training. We talk about this all the time. It's no longer good enough just to watch a 10-step course and watch 10 steps in a row of the videos on how to do something. I want to be able to go back to Jody Watkins or Eugene Brown or Rasheen or Emma or Braden, and I want to be able to collaborate with them and ask them questions, because you guys are the experts. That's what the platform's built for.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things that I can appreciate, regardless what each person does within their own community, one of the biggest things when it comes to personal introductions and referrals is that trust factor. And so you don't have to worry about that. Obviously, if someone's created a community within Convene, someone brought them in, and so that trust factor is already there. So because it's already that community feel. So that's one of the biggest things that I can appreciate from being a part of this. That any referrals that's kind of exchanged from one community to the next, it's that trust factor is already kind of built in, because again, like I said, someone brought that person in to Convene, and they can appreciate the relationship that we're all building with this network.
Yeah, I love it.
It's extremely encouraging to finally see people like Jody and like the others on this call getting on to the platform, submerging themselves in it, taking the time to, try to understand it, but then taking it and run with it. It's very rewarding for people like me and you, Dad, and Eugene, folks that have been around it for 4, 5, 6 years, and myself a decade plus. It's awesome to see, people are starting to use it the way that it's been intended to be used.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's awesome.